my students always make fun of me because I always say this is the first thing you need to do in a campaign. But the truth is the first thing you need to do in a campaign is decide that you're comfortable raising money.
Yeah.
Because all of this stuff we're going to talk about costs money.
Yep.
Talk to me about that, and talk to me about how campaigns in general really are a weird business.
Yeah, I mean, a campaign is the only place where you run a company where you start with zero and the goal is within a few months to get to zero again. So it's, you never want to be the campaign that ends up with millions of dollars left in the bank account when you lose, as a number of campaigns I've been on have done. But you also don't want to spend unnecessarily. And that's like a very interesting balance. I think one of the most important things is to try to understand what a typical race in the area that you're working in costs, and figure out what you're going to have to do to raise money. How much money you need to raise. Like, having a budget is so important, and I feel like a lot of people start this process without having a goal or a rough idea of when they're going to allocate where and what. And then you also need a tiered budget. So what comes off of your list if you don't have the money? And can you still win if it's coming off of your list? I think that's the most important thing to start with, and figure out if you're comfortable, slogging through, and your max contribution limits are not high. You have to do a lot with a little.
You're filling it up with a teaspoon.
Yeah, it's hard, but I'm inspired by how many people are giving this cycle to people who aren't accepting major checks, or Beto O'Rourke in Texas has just raised $10 million on small dollar contribution. So it's doable. It's just a matter of having a really great digital system. That's where online advertising comes in really handy. I'm not a huge fan of the crisis email all the time. I know they must work because they keep sending them, but there's a diminishing point of return. But yeah, you've got to be real comfortable picking up the phone and calling people that you know really well and asking them for money. And it's not easy. I know this is the first time where I have been in an election cycle where I have over 10 friends running for office at various levels. And those calls are hard. I mean, I can hear that they're hard for them. They're hard on the receiving end too, writing a lot of checks. But the money is like the thing that matters. It's sad, and some of you should go work on campaign finance reform.
I would say it's the most valuable part of my ABC News contract is I'm not allowed to give political money. So, not sure how much I make, but I save a lot.
I used to do that with campaigns, and now I had to give it up.
Exactly. Thanks for talking with us, Ashley, about these nerdy things, and you're going to get to meet Ashley in person and see her and other online videos with both me and other folks as well.
I'm excited. Thanks for having me.